An Australian teenager who ran away from home after telling his family he was going fishing has turned up as a poster boy for the Islamic State militant group. The Sydney youth features in a new propaganda video posted online. It singles out Australia and the Prime Minister Tony Abbott for special mention. Analysts say it's part of a strategy to use Western-born Muslims to lure more young men to the IS cause. Dylan Welch and Sean Rubenstein-Dunlop prepared this report.
Abdullah
Elmi is Australian. He turned 17 earlier this year.
This message I deliver to you, the people of America.
He fled Australia in June.
And I deliver this message to you, especially the people of Australia.
He told his parents he was going fishing. Instead, this boy from Western Sydney travelled to the Middle East to fight with Islamic State.
We found out that they went to Perth, and from Perth they flew to Malaysia, from Malaysia to Turkey, and from Turkey one of them crossed the border into Syria and ended up with the Islamic State. One of the boys met with his father in Turkey and returned to Australia right now.
Elmi stayed in the Middle East and now is the frontman for the latest highly produced propaganda video from Islamic State.
And I say this about your coalition. You threaten us with this coalition of countries. Bring every nation that you wish to us. Bring every nation that you want to come and fight us. It means nothing to us. Whether it's 50 nations or 50,000 nations, it means nothing to us.
Well, it seems remarkable a kid from Bankstown ends up sort of star of an Islamic State video. But the normal path is bad company. He's just a teenager. He fell in with people who his parents said had brainwashed him. They clearly wanted to make a pitch with this young Australian teenager, a pitch for recruiting. And of course, part of the appeal of the video is, here's a kid from Bankstown, now he's with the serious fighters, and he's right in the middle of the action, and that's, for kids, is attractive.
Elmi and his friend were recruited by Muhammad Ali Barialeh, who, as 730 revealed earlier this year, is the key middleman for Australians wanting to fight with Islamic State. Their network was smashed in September when hundreds of police raided homes in Sydney and Brisbane and exposed an alleged plot to carry out a public killing. No one knew Elmi's whereabouts until this video emerged today.
Bring your planes, bring everything you want to us, because it will not harm us. Why? Because we have Allah Azza wa Jal.
It's quite clearly a recruitment tactic of the group to try and use a young man, and obviously it's significant because it's an Australian, and a good part of the message is directed at the Australian people and indeed our Prime Minister.
Today's video is the most direct challenge issued by Islamic State to the Australian government.
And to the leaders, to Obama, to Tony Abbott, I say this: these weapons that we have, these soldiers, we will not stop fighting. We will not put down our weapons until we reach your lands, until we take the head of every tyrant, and until the black flag is flying high in every single land, until we put the black flag on top of Buckingham Palace, until we put the black flag on top of the White House. We will not stop, and we will keep on fighting, and we will fight you, and we will defeat you, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Takbir! Takbir!
What I saw today made me very upset, with heavy heart, because that was a death sentence for this boy, and also sent all the wrong messages to his family, who I really feel for them, because today they probably have realized that he no longer be able to come back to Australia. And for someone who is as young as he is, and as pure-hearted as he is, to end up where he is right now, it's something I don't wish anyone from our family, from our community, from our society to end up where he is right now.
If this is indeed intended as a recruitment video, then they're reaching out to that target audience. And a lot of the people being recruited are kids of 16, 17, 18, through into their early 20s, young men really, young and silly. And very impressionable, very much responding to peer pressure and to questions of self-esteem and being groomed by those who come radicalising. And that appears to be what's happened with this young man, Abdullah El Amir.